What was I saying? Oh yeah, let me get the footage up. We've got our Monday stuff to go over as usual. So let's do it. I know you're gonna have to put up with me. Let's see, Chris and Jordan starting things off as I fumble with the round timer. Wait, what did you do? Did you just like slap hands with Caleb and then ditch him? Oh wow. Oh, he big timed you. All right, we got me and Joe. And birthday boy Mitchell over there with Brandon in the back corner. That's pathetic. So you got Big Jordan instead. Oh, Jordan with a good outside trip on Josh. Bet you wish you were with Caleb right there. Let's get this set up a little bit. So normally, like the way I like to show an Osotogari is, in this case, Josh has this collar tie. Normally, you know, someone maybe has an underhook on that side. With my overhook, I'm clamping down with my elbow and I'm pulling them down. The purpose of that is to get their head kind of outside their foot. This is a little different. Jordan doesn't quite have the off balancing that I'd like to see, but I think he like catches you. He doesn't really like take you off balance, but he gets the upper body spin on you here, and you just can't step outside that leg. So a little variation on like how you normally see it done, and then he follows through with that with basically a whizzer taking you up and over with his overhook. That's a neat little variation from what you normally see. I like that he opts to stand to try to pass against your seated guard too. Like he's not working from a kneeling position, which is, it's not like it's a bad thing. Now he's down to kneeling. You've got that butterfly hook in. He's moving to half guard. That's what I was gonna say. Like if you're gonna work from a kneeling position, typically you want to be working your way towards the top half guard. Which I'm glad to see he does. If he stayed standing, I mean, you know, he could do some more like loose passing kind of stuff, or maybe try to change up to a body lock pass or something, but he's got the right idea. What's up with Joe? Joe is smashing me, trying to pass my guard here. So I'm playing this bottom half guard, getting my tight waist grip. And so he pulls the same kind of move I was chastising Justin for on the last stream, where we kind of just accept to go down to bottom position. So right here, he just kind of sits down to bottom. If he wanted to like just switch it up, that's fine. I you know, rather than like me fighting for a double, you know, a knee tap double or something, that's fine. But just if that's you know, I don't want you guys to make that a habit. If you're training live and not maybe going at a slower pace. West Rowan, Stout Wrestlers, on Saturday. Yeah, I was looking to see if anybody signed up for Gavin's weight division yet. Yeah, I guess one thing at a time. That Rowan match is that should be fun. They've for those who you guys haven't seen the videos, but the twins have just been like savagely pinning their opponents with relative ease. So I don't know much about like the local middle school wrestling scene, but if West Rowan has some gamers and make for some fun matches to watch, I have the utmost faith in them anyway. See Jordan here picking up Josh. I love it. It's awesome. It makes me feel so happy to see. How'd that feel, Josh? I'm expecting that match, Braden's match with Jimmy to be a bit more dominant than it was last time around. We'll see. We'll see what Jimmy pulls off. I think you're right that he'll probably sit to guard and work from there. But that's nothing that Braden hasn't been fighting against in the gym. So I'm excited for it. I need to get another roll in with Jordan. I don't roll with him quite as much just because, like, size difference. I'm more worried about now as my bones hurt longer. But yeah, he's definitely really getting more and more savage in his style. No, he shouldn't want to stand up with Braden either. And that's where I think a lot of to get into technique talk, I think that's where a lot of people who don't know jiu-jitsu think it's a stupid sport, the whole sitting to guard thing. But that's where, like, that's the perfect example. You know you're against a good wrestler, we'll sit to guard, take away his opportunity to get takedown points, make him work from there, especially if you feel like you have a good guard game. But I'm pretty confident in Braden's ability to pass him and pin him and stay safe more than anything. So it's an exciting one. Jordan again, he just about had his pass. So, like, right here, Josh, you're keeping the knee shield in. And as you come around, okay, you sneak the bottom knee shield. That's what it was. That gave you a little bit of safety. And then he throws you right by. Very nice. A sloppy De La Riva sweep, but I didn't really want to, like, yank on Joe's leg too hard here, or, like, send him hard to the mat. More just a light ankle pick with my knee. But you guys have probably seen this before. I've got the wrist grip here, which is important for the setup. It just takes away their ability. Once they fall, it takes away their ability to base and recover. But now I'm planting my back foot, my right foot in this case, and then heisting my hips up and pulling the ankle out from underneath with my leg. And then once I get him stepping a little bit, good enough for a takedown. Jordan on the back now. Other Jordan getting swept. Damn, dog. Let's see this. I want to go back to the beginning. So there's the pass. Well, not quite a pass since you rolled up to turtle. But there we go. We see him driving the knee in. That's excellent. That's what I want to see. So, like, driving the knee in towards the hip, getting underneath the opponent, sagging really heavy to get the turn. It looks like he got his bottom hook in, which is great. And then now I think he's got his top hook in. You got fight on your hands now. Looks like he gets the strangle. And then just minor points here. It's hard to see because it's a little blurry, but I think I was correcting a little of this when we were going around drilling. When you guys are going for the strangle, don't sell yourself short with the penetration, the like getting the arm all the way around the neck. Shoot for the crook of your elbow going to their chin, right? If you get there, you're perfect. If you at least shoot for it and maybe you get under the neck and you're just short, you can get a pretty uncomfortable strangle from there. But Jordan here got all the way to the point of the chin, which is really good. Gets the quick tap. And Josh is shamed. And then let's go back real quick. So Jordan here getting a little loaded up over Chris, and Chris knew what he had as soon as it happened. So that's how he gets the easy sweep. Now he lands in top half guard. And he's got to work on getting his leg free. Oh, okay. End around. And then Joe and I don't realize it because the sound wasn't on. There we go. Cole checking his pants. Jordan checking his pants as well. Caleb quickly going after Chris. Chris making the right decision. Jordan, I'll get one with you. I know you watch the replays. I can't keep avoiding you. Josh and Mitch. Ooh, Mitch looking for the foot sweep. You know, if Braden, like off the bell, off the handshake, I don't normally advocate for like those quick takedowns, but like when the ref says fight, if he just shoots a double, he could take away Jimmy's chance at stealing those points. Obviously, I wanted to be careful about leaving his neck out, but it just got me thinking if Jimmy's decision is to take a quick sit to guard, then he might be able to take that away from him if he engages him quickly enough and makes a convincing effort to get a takedown. Brandon's taking me for a ride here. Let's go back. So Brandon and I were talking about his single legs. I mean, I don't have much to say about this one. I don't think there's anything wrong with this one, Brandon. I think you were talking about like getting your posture broken and kind of getting I don't know, like not flattened out, but just like not being able to get your posture back. This is an example of I forgot what this, maybe this is just like a high crotch or something, but like there's a single variation where you're basically like just picking the knee up as you push through them. You don't have to lower your level too much. You don't have to break your posture too much. Perfectly viable single leg technique. Here I just wanted to make it as difficult as possible for you to get to finish. So you kind of sort of get the takedown, but I have your leg isolated. So until you get that back, I don't think you would get takedown points in most rule sets, but here you go. Now you got it. Cole looking for the shoulder crunch. This is nice. So look up here for a second. So here Cole sets up the closed grip. He doesn't have the arm isolated in like the perfect spot. Normally we would want our opponent's arm isolated along this arrow with our head between their head and the arm for like a traditional shoulder crunch. Doesn't mean it won't work though. So here he takes him to the side you typically take somebody to. That's where they're gonna have a hard time basing out. But Jordan's doing a great job adjusting, taking this like stutter step around the corner and keeping his base. Cole makes a great reaction though by quickly adjusting his hips, taking him to the other side. And before Jordan can compensate, he's taken over. And what did I just do to Brandon? Okay, I catch Brandon with both arms on the same, kind of on the same side of my center line. Send up a triangle, but I switch to, I believe, a pendulum sweep here. And then I come up on top for the armbar. That was fun. Very fun. And Caleb just down here smashing Chris the whole time. Simple foot sweep on Brandon. Just catching that forward leg. He kind of gives this to me. His head's right over his foot. His feet are wide. I've got a collar tie. His posture's a little broken. It's not much for me to kick this out. It's just, you know, I would just say a mistake on his part. Push the head down as I sweep it by. Gotta be mindful of your stance and your footwork. Don't stand too still. Looks like Caleb tried to do a chair sit there. Thank you. What's up, Laser? For Caleb, so Chris's head is basically right where the shadow is. I think Caleb could get his knee a little bit higher up the back and make this chair sit a little bit better. Like as you see him coming over here, I don't know. Maybe he gets it. It's hard to see because he goes off screen. I feel like maybe there was a little too much space. It looks like he's having to do a bit of adjusting right now to get to where he wants. Just don't rush that, Caleb, if you don't have to. I mean, you were already in a good spot. Your leg was trapped, like you had a hook in already. That could make it kind of hard to get all the way up behind the back, but it's worth getting as much as you can out of it. Ooh, Mitchell coming out the back. Birthday boy almost getting to a really good leg lock position. So right here, man, I wish he would have thrown that leg over and gotten into a backside 50-50. So if Mitchell takes his right leg over here, he's going to have to, so a few things are going to have to happen. He'll have to put Josh's right knee to the mat. Preferably, well, not preferably, it needs to be on this side of his left knee. So like he'll need to capture the knee in between his legs, otherwise he doesn't have anything. He could come up on the back, but like if he wants to go straight for a leg lock right there, it looks like he gets his own leg in front of Josh's leg instead of behind it. And yeah, Josh V grips and takes that opportunity away. Let's see with Brandon. How did I get to this leg entanglement? So, oh, he kind of almost does a similar thing. He steps over, not quite not really going to backside, but I keep myself safe and actually end up attacking his leg here. Let me see if we can find a good spot. So right here, I'm going to need to sneak the leg that he has gripped in between his legs to really make this a cross ashi. Looks like he doesn't really have any decent control over it. Like he doesn't have like he doesn't have like an Achilles grip, which is going to be difficult for me to extract. As a result, I can manage to eventually pummel my leg in there, and now I'm into cross ashi on him. I gather up the second leg and just kind of take my time. He pulls it free, I recapture. I'm not really rushing through this one. Kind of deciding if I want to attack the secondary leg or the primary. Here we're at a spot where I have really good heel exposure on the primary leg. I think that's what I end up going for. Yeah. Just kind of keep his secondary leg in place for a second as I set up the heel hook. I think all of that could have been shut down if he, where was it? Right here. If he took an Achilles grip, like instead of trying to sit up, where's a good spot for it? Say like hold the leg here, shrimp your butt this way, and I think all of that goes away. Like he kind of stays in the pocket too long and gets himself in a little bit of trouble. I don't mind though. I think what he's trying to work here, I imagine he's trying to work the cross ashi counter leg lock, the same one that saw that we saw Josh shut down when I tried to do it to him last week, and then he knee barred me and made my knee more straight than I ever thought it could go. So that's good. That's fine. If he was working that and it failed, whatever, I don't really care. Plymouth Laser. Did they really spell it Lazer? A Plymouth Laser? It's cold in here. Coals on the back. Jordan staying safe-ish. Well, not really getting safe, just fighting off the impending doom. I mean, I'm still on. Check your 56k modem. When did Chris get on top? Did they reset or? Okay. So Caleb gets an Americana here? Straight arm or an Americana? Okay, and they reset. Got it. He's on Chris's back. Chris turns. Okay, got it. So Caleb wins this scramble. Loses the back but gets to mount, and then I imagine goes on the attack here. Chris trying to work the elbow escape. Gets the ankle captured, gets the knee captured. Yeah, just got caught with the elbow isolated. That's hard to, that's a tough one to recover from with Caleb. And then Mitchell getting the takedown. All right, Chris starts up on top. So this might be where Brandon was. Brandon, I don't know if you're in the chat. Maybe this was what you were talking about with like the single leg with your posture. Like this takes a lot of practice, and I'm not even good at it myself. But if you're looking at the mat, it's probably not going well for you on these single legs. And here I'm just kind of like forcing the situation, creating space and getting free. I think I recall you trying to like run the pipe there, but that's where you want to do like what I was talking about, you know, level changing, getting in close off that level change, and standing up with your legs, not standing back to a straight posture with your lower back hinged at your hips. You guys must live on the bad side of town. So here, how do I get into this? So from this top position, I have my I have my arm hooked on his arm, going up to the, like, at first to the dorsal Kimura position, but I think I settle in for the side triangle here. So I get my leg free. Notice I'm using my figure four a little sloppy here, if I'm being honest. My elbow and chest connection isn't that great. But my real goal here is to get to the side triangle. So I'm collecting that far arm with my top leg, trying to get as tight of a grip as I can with my legs. But then I could tell I didn't have the triangle. I mean, you could see so much space here between his shoulder and his neck. So I opt for the Americana, which is a real sneaky thing to throw in here from the side triangle, because normally you think Americanas, the arm is in the plane of your back and you take it back that way. But I mean, is it my if everybody's having trouble, I mean, is it you guys seriously having trouble with your stuff, or is like the stream cutting out? I don't know if you have a way to isolate that, but anyway, whatever. As the arm is brought in front of the body and still taken in that direction, the Americana is a lot easier to hit. So you could see the arm isn't in the plane of the back, but right here, I can get a really, really good Americana. No one's chewing on my router, man. It's, no, it is, I don't have cats up here chewing on it or anything. Maybe it's Cole. Since Cole's not in here, everything's falling apart. Well, I'm definitely not paying Spectrum because I don't use Spectrum, but they are installing fiber in my neighborhood, so maybe things are getting all messed up at the hubs. Cole, your caps lock is on. Brandon comes in with a really great double attempt here. Only reason he didn't get this, I shoot my hips in here to try to like stymie his forward approach, and then I don't think you could see it. My right hand reaches down to his elbow, and I'm trying to pull his arms up higher away from my knees, and take away his ability to push me backwards. This was definitely a dogfight. I almost lost that one. So that was a good attempt, Brandon. I was perfectly happy with that, even though it didn't work out for you. Dude, if they installed fiber, which I think they're doing, maybe I wouldn't have this issue. Brandon's rash guard. Is it Fuji? No, but I'm glad you like it. It is our school's current ranked rash guard. We sell those at Alva Fitness. They actually make some good stuff. I believe it's alvafitness.com, I want to say. With like we're one of the affiliated schools there, so you could find that rash guard if you want to rep our school, which I would thoroughly love. I think Deathcore is the only one who's done that so far. But yeah, that blue belt rashi's on there, as well as some of our other gear. Like, I think this is the old design, but we have newer ones, and we're about to drop some sick new gear too. Josh or Cole getting mean with Josh here. How'd he get behind him? Damn, he's been behind him for a minute. Okay, Josh shoots for the standing Kimura. Loses the grip. Nice takedown. Josh, you were just getting thrown to the mat repeatedly today, or that night. So step around block. Cole sacrifices his body forward and just whips him down to the mat. Yeah, the white ranked rash guards are pretty clean. I like them. You better turn it up, dude. Pat was doing a good job getting my my posture broken throughout this stand-up battle we had. I just really I really do a lot to try to fight the hand grip there. So when you guys are managing to get me broken down like this, the one thing I'm focusing on is typically, if you haven't snapped me down to the ground yet, I'm typically focusing on breaking your grip, mainly because it gives me opportunities to sit out from this or back out from it. Not so much even for the guillotine threat. I'm normally not too concerned with guillotines here. It's just to prevent the takedown, if I'm being honest. So right there, you can see I'm fighting his hand grip. Here, I really like the switch he makes. He almost gets a really nice Uchimata on me. It almost seemed like he didn't commit too much to it, Pat. I'd just send it next time, man. That would have been pretty slick. Oh, okay, Cole sat. Caleb. Oh, Brandon, you got to be careful if you're gonna go down and try to take Caleb down. You want him moving before you do that, because chances are you're gonna have a hard time getting him moving when you're at the end of your shot on a leg. Oh, Jordan, a little too feisty getting on mount with Mitch. Now Mitch is stacking his way out of this triangle. Let's see if he gets there. Nice, Jordan. I like that you hold your shin here just to reinforce this triangle. If you're doing this, you can like use your leg here for another job, right? You're kind of keeping it there as if you're getting ready to go for the triangle. It's not a bad idea. I'm just giving you an alternative. This is where pendulum sweeps come in. So you can use this leg to basically load up. You don't have to like swing it in place. You just kind of stick it straight up and then whip it down this way to the mat. I see you get the arm hook around the leg here. Yeah, all right, you already had it. So yeah, you're in a pendulum sweep here. If you're gonna hold your shin, I say just get the sweep. You know, if you could have the triangle already, you'd probably have it. Just whip that leg. Oh, you can't whip it down because you're grabbing from the outside of the leg. That's what's going on here. Okay, so grab your shin from the inside. Don't wrap up that leg there. This ended up going well for you, but yeah, you don't want to go outside that triangling leg to grab your shin. Go around the inside. But when you do that, you can do what I'm saying. That'll be your traditional pendulum sweep. Caleb working to his mounted triangle. We went over straight arms after this round too, so all right. How did I get Pat down again here? Oh yeah, that's right. He went in on a single, and I was tired of dealing with it, praying I got the snap down. Now I did this to Pat, or no, I got Pat down with a single I think the last time we rolled, and then about 5 seconds later he swept me. So I was really focusing on maintaining top position for this round. I did not want to deal with Pat's body locking. So he was doing a really good job here though of making my advances more difficult. Continually turtling up and then making me break him down from here. Sorry, what happened? Did Caleb get that? Okay, so looks like he goes, set a triangle. Maybe he did get the triangle there. He wasn't cranking on the arm, so either way, Brandon wasn't getting out of that. Go Josh, nice pass. Setting up with a heavy crossface and underhook to get through this half guard, and then as Cole mistakenly opens up his legs, you step that leg out and then get pushed right off. Cole's in a good spot now. He had double underhooks, but took away the opportunity. Mitch and Jordan trying to break each other's ankles. Brandon really trying to work, I think, the straight ankle. I know he likes his straight ankles. Right now he's 50-50 though. He's like, not even 50-50. He's in a bad spot where he's, Brandon, you don't have the leg very well isolated here. If you brought your left leg over Caleb's hip, you'd be in 50-50. So Caleb is in like the threat here for Caleb is an inside heel hook, but you don't really have hip control because you don't have that left hip isolated. And then the threat here for you is an outside heel hook, and he does have your leg isolated. So I would give this position, you're basically an outside Ashi right now. I think Caleb has an advantage here. Plus, as you go to try to, I'll hold my tongue there. You could, no, I don't see you getting anything on this leg, Brandon, until this leg comes over and you start to go on a proper attack. Maybe by rolling this way and exposing Caleb's heel, also hiding your heel at the same time. But you've got to get that leg over. You're not gonna have any good attack on anything. I think Caleb was being nice until I got my left leg over. Until you got your right leg over. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. And then yeah, exactly, as soon as you do that, well, like even right before, like right here, he gets everything he needs right as your leg sets in, and now he's like, he doesn't care. He knows what he's got. He can back heel from this and put on a good outside heel hook. So looks like he is being nice there, because that was definitely an outside heel hook that he could easily have finished. But yeah, now you're back to, okay, now you're in 50-50. And this is where you're going to look to start separating his legs. See, so now you got the legs separated. You could dig in on the inside heel hook on this leg like you're doing. Now you've taken the leg across the body, so you're in an outside Ashi position. And traditionally, I feel like I've said it a million times. Outside Ashi is good when you have the heel exposed. Not great when you need to get a heel exposed. It can be, it's doable, but it's just a little more difficult. But either way, man, I like that you're staying in the pocket on these leg attacks and trying to fight through them, even defensively. And I trust that you know when you're in trouble on those. So keep it up. Pat with a last-ditch effort to take me down here. Gets a snap down, or not even a snap down. He basically like throws me here. And then it was just keeping the scramble going and rolling to a top position. So going to the single leg variation I taught a few weeks ago, just the treetop finish. I'm gonna get I think I just picked it up. Oh, I did a lucky it worked. Stupid fancy reverse grip here, but picked everything up and then ditched the collar tie because it's a stupid thing to do, and carried the leg up nice and high over my shoulder, trying to get a little trip and get the finish. Cold pull and guard. So this is something I find myself having to do with a few of you now, to either set up my back entrance as opposed to retaining it. So let's see, I go back, I hit a rolling Kimura, get my legs disentangled, and try to take the back. Now I get my upper body grip set up well, but notice Chris is, he immediately pulls his knees and elbows in tight. That's going to make it very difficult for me to just like step my hooks in or establish a body triangle or anything. So I keep my upper body grip tight. I purposefully neglect my lower body grips, and I get behind him in this north-south style position where I can get up to my knees. I kind of skipped the north-south part here a little bit, but from here it makes it a little bit more easy for me to go on a second attack to try to establish that lower body grip. It doesn't work here, but that's something that I find myself having to do with Chris. I think with Pat I was doing that. Josh, maybe you. I don't remember. But yeah, you guys encounter an opponent who's being very tight, and you can't establish the lower body, just trust your upper body grips, and then work to that almost to a standing position or right up to a standing position, and try to swing your legs in from there. What's up, Caleb? Have you gotten better at Counter-Strike yet? Not that I care at all. And then this is a tactic I think I alluded to with when we had Mike on the stream maybe the last one or the one prior. When you guys are keeping your hands high to block your neck and make it difficult for me to hand fight and get under the chin, I'm just going to start keeping your arms up there, and I'm going to work on this, and I'm going to try to climb your body, and I'm going to try to get to my rear triangle. So that's what I'm doing with Chris here. If I can get my left shin across the body, I'm in a good rear triangle. Right now I have it backwards, probably working a little too fast, not paying good enough attention. This is like the rear wrong way triangle, which I haven't quite figured out what to do with yet. I do know that I can attack arms from there, so I think that's what I opt for. But Chris does a fantastic job of shutting all of that down, and I end up switching to this like side-on triangle. I think I get a Kimura here. Yeah, I was super pissed he shut down that triangle though. Dude, Laser's gonna hook you up, bro. You and Laser should team up to just murder Austin over and over again. Trying on this guillotine. Yeah, you are. Damn, dog. I'm surprised Caleb even still has a head right now. So we've got this grip past the shoulders. There you go. Starting to make the switch. I imagine you're trying like a 10 finger here, like that, just right under the chin, maybe. Damn, I'm surprised Caleb didn't come up on the double with that. Like, not that it would have helped. You really look like you're trying to rip his head off of his torso right now, though. So maybe that's why he didn't want to go up for a double. That was a really, really powerful effort. Okay, now he rolls out of it. You look like you're tired from trying to rip his head off. What did Brandon do to Mitch? Did Brandon give Mitchell some birthday smothers here? I think he did. I think he did. You okay? Hell yeah. I tried to smother Mitchell too. But my chest and my abs are just, there are so many different channels for air to be found. Because my torso isn't like a waterbed like the rest of you. Just a reset. Oh, reset the butterfly. All right. Well, you could have lied, man. You had me convinced. Oh yeah, this was you gave him a birthday toot. You take a toot. Let's look at this leg entanglement. How did I get here? Okay, so Chris was working like reverse De La Riva, goes to invert. I slide around the body here, get into cross ashi, which is getting more and more difficult with Chris. So using my legs as best I can to try to gather up that secondary leg, get my hands on it, and lock everything up. Where did you learn that, Josh? Not meaty enough for Smothers. You and me both, Brandon. So here, Chris does a really great job. I'm kind of on the leg lace right now, and actually, am I really? Not really, not super effective. It would have been if he didn't turn back and time that turn very well. I could have basically knee barred him with the leg lace, but as he turns, his heel points behind me, and now it's no good. I don't have. He's got a hidden heel essentially. But what I do is I grab the toe line and I pull the toe line back towards my right shoulder, right? The shoulder you can see. That arrests his rotation. If he continues to rotate and I hold the toes really close to my chest and I hip in, I put essentially inside heel hook pressure on him. So he's not going to want to turn. I don't really have an active heel hook right now, but I have rotational, constriction on his movement essentially. Now, as we settle in and I make sure everything's under control, I pull the toes to the other side of my body, putting myself in an inside ashi position. So it's like cross ashi, as in my legs haven't moved, but his leg moved. It's no longer going across my hip. It's kind of back to where it would be on a regular like straight ashi position. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, here let me see if we get a good clear view. This is cross ashi, right? His leg is across my body, and then we fast forward a bit. My legs haven't moved, but now his leg goes to the far side of my body. It's a little hard to see. My legs are still in between his legs, but now his shin is pointing in this direction, whereas before it was across this way. I hope that's clear enough. This is inside ashi, or I know like guys like Juni Ocasio refer to it as Z-lock. It's an outside heel hook with a giant reap essentially. So when you guys find yourself in this position, be very careful. I'm obviously not going to crank on this hard. Basically just get the heel. Chris knows what's up. He knows where he's at. And I get to tap that way. So yeah, exactly, James Z-lock. Linda leg lace. You drop these deep cuts that like anybody younger than Josh probably doesn't know. I just wasn't done with the leg lock and stuff, so taking basically I'm in a reverse De La Riva now ish. I have this sneaky little scoop grip right here, fling my leg around, grab the other ankle, and then pull myself into a cross ashi. Really, I just wanted some style points. I didn't do anything with it. Is Josh humping Caleb there? Yep, full gorilla mode. We should get a sponsor by Gorilla Mode. Hit up Derek for more plates, more dates. We'll make that the clip. Oh, you're still in on that guillotine. You still really want it. Caleb just doesn't want you to have it. You're always confused. I feel like you and I just like slapped each other a lot for the first minute or two here. I do remember going after your leg though, which I was kind of proud of. We're gonna skip forward a little bit. Let's see anything too major happening. Pat gets a sweep here. Nothing fancy. A lazy, tired attempt on a single from me. Oh, okay, that makes sense why you tried to rip my head off there, because you were just in that mode and you've been doing it for the previous round. I think I was really trying to pummel for underhooks too. Right there. Good job using your head. Kind of breaking me down even with that pressure too. Like really taking advantage of my height here. It's not very nice. Whipping me down. 4-pointing back up. Just to make you earn it. This wasn't a terrible attempt, man. I think why this didn't work is I touched on it a little bit on the last stream, and it may have been with you actually. We were talking about guillotines. Remember, you want to think about getting that strangle arm as deep as possible around my neck. The reason I know it isn't right now is because your chin and my back, there's a big gap between there. I can see your elbow out to my side, whereas you really want it to be underneath my body. You want another thing you could think about, you want your right ear. Well, you want the ear on the same side of your strangle arm, so your right ear in this case, like down to my shoulder blade. That's where you want to be, right? Well, if we talked about it, Josh, why didn't you listen and execute it? It's an embarrassment, dude. No, I think if you had done all that and folded that in, and they're difficult, at least for me. Like I'm not super great at guillotines, and I kind of lose those details a lot too in the heat of a round. But I think had you executed those, your intention of like your leg placement here would have really made this one dangerous. I was kind of able to just like roll out a bit, and because the depth on the strangle wasn't significant enough, I was safe. I think if you prioritize that initial engagement with your arm, your guillotines are gonna you'll have a breakthrough moment with them. Still Olinda learning. I know you are. And that's what makes it fun. So I kind of, no, I didn't really take the same approach there. Yeah, you better. I don't want you to remember it. I want you to do it. Same thing. Keeping the arms up nice and high, trying to climb the body. You did a really good job capturing and deflecting my leg there, though. That was kind of annoying. It's just something I'm gonna have to think about for using that position. I think my solution to that, just as I'm thinking about it, is you can watch me kind of stepping. It's like my ankles stay in front of you. I think if I pull my knee up and then like try to sneak down the body as opposed to just pummeling in front of the body, I might be able to prevent that. I don't think it's going to be totally a sure thing every time, but I don't know. I think there's something to that. Or I should also just take time and try to get better at a rear Katagatame, but I don't have any faith in my T-Rex arms for that, so I'll use legs where I can. Oh, Pat almost getting to the mount. Trying to take a big step over, but Jordan shut it down. You talking about tomorrow on Thursday, which is officially a no-gi day after our recent schedule change? I'm just going to say this now. I will throw it out to anybody who still wants to train in the gi. I'm more than happy to. I will bring my gi to any Tuesday and Thursday class I go to and train open mat with the gi with whoever wants to. And if you want more of that from other coaches, let them know. Tell Peters, make him bring a gi. I'm sure Luke and Bertram would oblige too if you give them enough of a heads up. So gi is not gone. It's just going to move to open mat, and I'll have it on Tuesday and Thursday, or Tuesday because I'm never there Thursday. Katagatame. It's damn dude, that's right. You were saying you're like 5'10", 140, 150. I imagine you've got a pretty sneaky Katagatame that probably works very well for you. I find that move works really well on like longer limbed guys, or works well for them, not on them. Trying to dig out Josh's leg here, his bad leg. I want that ankle. It's got grip tape on it. It's like a little skateboard. I'm gonna get it. So here I'm diving and trying to really misdirect him with my cross shoulder post with my left arm and my left knee up in the armpit. The left knee is like an added bonus. I don't often get that there. The arm I'm typically trying to like use to push them away, get them off balance, and dig that leg out. I actually felt really good about this one because I have such a hard time digging out most legs from that bottom half guard position on guys who outweigh me. And then of course as soon as I get it, Josh is just like, nah, you're not gonna have it, and I'm just gonna stand up. Try to hit a little double. I really wanted this one too, because I had an opportunity. There was a window for this move earlier that opened and shut very quickly, so I figured I'd try it later in the round if the opportunity presented itself. Josh counters me with another really threatening guillotine attack. Good all-around takedown defense. Kind of into the gi now. Of course you are, dude. You're so anti. I never avoided Tuesday or Thursday. The schedule's for me. Yeah, no, I get it, man. It's fun to hate on the gi. I basically exclusively train no gi, but I do like it a lot. It's different problems to think about. If I may have a brown belt, but like there are days where I put the gi on and plenty of you guys thrash me like I am not a brown belt. So it just goes to show, like, it's just another skill you got to keep up on, and I definitely haven't. So I'm more than happy to train gi with any of you. Just know I will rip that lapel across your neck the first chance I get. Yeah, totally, Laser. big same. I think everybody on screen right now would absolutely agree with you, and I'll speak for them and say that they do. What's a GI? GI, it's gastrointestinal. What have Caleb and Jordan gotten into? I missed all this. Sorry, we gotta go back. So, Caleb up over the top. Excellent. Feels good. Good snap down. Barrels him over a little bit. Walking around the legs. Good. He gets the left knee in against the hip. Want to see him try to pin Jordan here to his back. All right. Steps over. Not bad. Good response from Jordan. I mean, again, depending on the rule set, that would not have been any points for Caleb until now, where he gets on the back, gets his hooks in. I like it. Trying to remember what my next sort of day. I'm watching. Well, yeah, you trained like 3 rounds in a row with Cole here at the end of the night, so I imagine there was something grabby going on with your neck. Looks like his neck should be hurting, but he's over top here. Going with Mitchell. I had to give Mitchell his birthday round. All right, Jordan stays safe. I want to see what Brandon, Chris do. So, all right, Chris looks like he got Brandon's posture broken. Goes up over the top. And looks to take the back. Good chair sit. Chris could fight to get this hook in. Looks like that's what he does. Not a bad attempt. There we go. That's what I was going to say. Alternatively, he could go to that high ball ride, lock everything up, and work on the hand fight from there. He could pretty easily switch when he's ready or when he sees the opportunity to actually go to a full back mount and get that second hook in. I'm curious if he'll end up doing that. Caleb switching from the back. I think this is where we got to. Good setup. Gets under the arm. Knows what he's got right now. I'm sure Jordan knows too. Or if he didn't, he realizes it now. It might be a little too late. So, Caleb, your hips are a little high. See if you sink them down. It looks like you're trying to work on your grip here, your connection with the neck, which is fine. All right. If you don't get it, that's fine. I'm glad you didn't lose position. Oh, my brother, don't lose that elbow either. Like, try to hang out here. See how long you can keep. You know, and maybe Jordan was doing something to disrupt your balance, but like, if not, I don't want you to think like, oh, I lost everything. All right, now I got to go back. Remember, man, you got an arm. You got an elbow above the shoulder line. This is exactly what you want to get to. So now with you posturing up, even though you're riding to a higher mount, Jordan has the ability to get his elbows back and start kipping, elbow escaping, whatever. What did Cole do? Cole get smothery. Looks like he gets it, yeah. So I guess to kind of further to that point, Cole comes off the back here as Josh rolls over. Cole's in a similar spot. He keeps the arm up, but he doesn't go katagatame. But he keeps the elbow and works the smother. Or says something mean to Josh, and Josh says, hey man, that really hurt my feelings, and he taps. I don't know. One or the other. They look like they're whispering sweet nothings to each other. I'm just surfing on Mitchell here. I think he goes out the back. Yeah, good bridge. But I'm not letting him get up. Can't let the birthday boy have any fun this round. funny. He says to me in the middle of the round something along the lines of, I think I realize what you're doing. You're not letting me get up because you're afraid if I get on top, you won't get out. And I was like, that is essentially what I'm always thinking with all of you all the time, especially when you're bigger than me. Like, yes, 100% Mitchell. I do not want you to get on top. Go back to all your rounds. Yeah, I'll do that. Go subscribe to the YouTube, and I'll put them all up there for you. Is this a good? Yeah, Jordan. Just to that like shin grabbing example. Notice my leg on the outside is unimpeded. That's what I was talking about. So Mitchell kind of falls over here before I could hit the good pendulum. I think I was trying to lock the triangle up, but I had similar spot to where you were. If I used that free leg to kind of swing, that would have been another way I would have put Mitchell down. Now I go lat armbar. Get it. What happened with Caleb and... Oh, Jordan almost put himself in an armbar there. Jordan bleeding again. Get a little nose smash. That's right. Put him down, get the armbar. There we go. Yeah. Josh trying to get on Cole's leg now. Not quite getting there. Cole, I think like 9 times out of 10, if you haven't like defined what your passing game is right now, or like not right now, but like for you, it's passing from half guard. Like working from there, I think you can build an entire game moving forward towards like brown belt around just like takedown, forcing half guard, passing from half guard, and you know, going into your game. Like I just keep seeing this, like the same patterns, and I mean that in a good way, not like it's a predictable game, but like you have these patterns that work for you and like this route that you can follow. And I like it works on me, it works on, you know, Josh, I think Peters, like this heavy pressure passing from mount right up, or I'm sorry, passing from half guard right up into mount. Like sorry, I interrupt myself to laugh because I put Mitchell in a full Nelson, which I think is typically illegal. And like, I know it's illegal in wrestling. I don't know about jiu-jitsu, but I didn't want to crank on his neck, but I just wanted to make him look silly. But yeah, I feel like that's your game, because you're not really a loose passer, right? You're not like hitting Toriandos and like jumping around people. You work well applying pressure and then like pinning people, getting your legs free, advancing, you know, addressing things like that. Yeah, happy birthday, Mitch. So I don't know, just my thoughts, and we'll see. Like, you'll do it. I'm pretty sure you do it to me in this round too. Caleb with a really nice lateral drop here, or I guess yeah, it's a lateral drop, I believe. And Brandon, were you and Chris? I think for the rest of the night, you guys were like working technique stuff. So if not, and I missed anything, please tell me. I'll be happy to rewind. So my team, like, damn, dude, you didn't thank God first. I felt really good here about like keeping the pressure on and not letting you roll me, and you roll me anyway. Hey, Mitchell. So I'm really taking my time focusing on keeping that arm up and isolated. I think you end up like just getting a good turn of your hips and it completely screws everything. Like, I waited a long time to get to that mount. Caleb advancing to almost a mount to triangle. Looks like Jordan still has both arms in. Let's just see. So, yeah, how did you do this? So you take this super deep, tight waist grip. You bridge, get me off balance. I think it's like half you moving me and half me not having great guard retention, or I'm sorry, mount retention. Like, you really you move me enough off balance to just completely take away everything I had. So disheartening. All right, so Caleb loses his balance. Jordan, this is not a great spot to be in, but I like your reaction of keeping your hands connected. There, it's going to get a little tough, but I want you to sneak your head out. Perfect. I'm not really worried about the omoplata. I feel like you were just trying something there, Jordan, which I don't blame you. Yeah, good. All right, get safe. Almost got you with that octopus. So you're putting me in some real smother danger here. We'll zoom in because Chris and Brandon aren't doing much over here. So this the smothering stuff is pretty much shut down. I think if I remember correctly, with these attempts, it was just a, God damn it, where's my pointer? It was just a matter of getting my hands in to like keep my face covered and give me a bit of room so that my nose wasn't being crushed and I wasn't being asphyxiated by a wet rash guard. But I gotta do push-ups over top of me. Now I'm working what I was doing with Luke, where I'm trying to get my elbow escape, but I'm trying to keep my body as concave as possible before being flattened back out again. Am I lagging or dropping frames or something? Or are you just using slang I'm unfamiliar with? Hold on one second. I mean, Wi-Fi is off. Everything should be... People were complaining of internet earlier. Now I'm just paranoid that it was me the whole time. Thank you, Laser, for the translation. or the identification. What, dude? Yeah, sorry. I don't know what's going on with the internet right now. We'll just assume it's my fault. Cole gets to this chair sit back take. What do you want, Cole? And I don't think we reset from here. Yeah, didn't want to go belly down. Trying to turn back to mount and get safe. Nah, man. Extreme ownership. That's what that is. Read a book. What's totally not beta is what I do to Cole right now. So from here, capturing the leg, working to a tight waist grip of my own. And now we end up, as Cole backsteps, we kind of end up in this weird position where I can enter into legs. Cole, you just miss. I mean, like, maybe you don't even miss it. I mean, it's like you have an Achilles grip, but like way up on my shin, right? So I slip my heel out. Now I know I'm safe. And then from there, I try to capture my heel hook. I should have just, you know what I should have done is just hit it earlier. I think I could have hit it right here. Just reach my elbow back and try to get to the outside heel hook. But anyway, I go back down and I get it. And that's beta. Only thing she would do, frozen pizza eating. I mean, what kind? Are you eating like the little tiny ones that like I ate in college, or are you eating like big old Red Baron ones like I ate when I lived with my parents in high school, and they could afford the big ones. All right, so last round, got me and Jordan. The Leopard Boys back at it. The Pink Leopards. Oh yeah, Jordan, that was, yeah, I want to see this. That was like big mistake on my part that you took advantage of. When I reached up over top like that, that deep counter underhook, like a hard turn. I mean, you pretty much did it. Like I honestly don't know how I came back up with this. I think if you just continued to kind of barrel through me here and commit me this way to the mat, probably could have gotten a pretty slick takedown out of there. But it was a good reaction. All pizzas. Red Baron was the best, man. I would eat an entire, I'd like come home from high school after having worked out. I'd eat like half, if not the whole pizza, and then like maybe 2 hours later eat whatever I didn't eat, and then have dinner. That was back when I could actually eat that way and not vomit. But yeah, Red Barons were the jam. How did I get the takedown? Was it just arm drag? Yeah, that was a move we went over. Sloppier version of it, but the arm drag, trip, and then following through. Had to get it on somebody. Bulking, dude, for sure. That was half my life ago, over half my life ago. I'd probably get a lot bulkier now. I'd probably look as fat as Josh. Jordan and Caleb back at it again. Yeah, Jordan trying to work too much from that broken down posture. It's like right here again, kind of what I was saying earlier. If you're looking at the mat, you're not in a good spot. Typically, not in a good spot to work. You know, unless you're super elite and like you just don't care. But I wouldn't advise that. Oh man, it's a sign, man. 3 pizzas. You have to go get one. Unfortunately, I think Costco is closed, so you can't get a delicious, huge Costco pizza. Really wanted that north-south on you, Jordan. I was like, I felt like it was getting good, and I'm so angry that you just rolled me. I forgot, you tapped me here somehow. I forgot what it was. What are Cole and Josh doing here? I don't know. 9.95. It's a steal at twice the price for their pizza. Arm triangle. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I couldn't get out of it. Yeah, I felt like my skull was about to pop. I mean, we'll call it a Katagatame. I will absolutely give it to you. See Jordan digging in over the face here. Caleb in some trouble. Man, when Jordan's on your back, like, this has got to be tough. He's got good arm penetration. Like, he's got the elbow down to the point of the chin, like we saw him doing on Josh earlier. Caleb's doing a great job misaligning himself. Like, these little tiny baby steps that Caleb does. I'm going to speed this up, and we can just watch. Wow, that's not as smooth as I thought it'd be. Caleb just takes these little tiny hops a little bit right from here when I think the legs come open. There he misaligns a little bit, there a little bit more, and it's just enough to where he could start to get safe and he doesn't have to worry about the strangle. Now he's basically out. When that left arm comes down, he's done. Great attacking by Jordan. I think Caleb just had the better escape there. Jordan could probably work on trying to realign himself a little earlier instead of committing to the strangle when he's losing it. But that was good from both of you guys. And then, yeah, let's see if we could pinpoint anything with this Katagatame. So I'm turning into it. My bicep is like on top of my face. I think it was covering like this half of my face, and then my nose was out the other side, and it was getting like smashed over. Ideally, you would see like my chin on top of your shoulder right now. I know my hand's in the way, but if it wasn't, you probably wouldn't be seeing the point of my chin there. That's just going to be indicative of, like, you know, whether or not you're on the strangle. But when you're dealing with this, I think my advice to you yesterday was focus on this arm, your arm, not mine, and the connection that you have there. You can tell, like, you'll start to get a touch for this, like when you have that strangle in that position or not, and when you don't. One thing I learned a long time ago was using my other hand here to push against the shoulder, get my back off the mat. So we're going to turn me in this direction. We're going to get my back off the mat, and you're going to take your strangling arm and shimmy it further and further and further underneath, like you're kind of like you're hitting a hammer, or like you're hammering in a nail. That's the kind of motion you want to make with your strangle arm, to like skip your elbow along the mat, trying to get a tighter engagement to my neck. When you feel like you've improved your engagement, you can go back to your S grip or your Gable grip. put my back flat to the mat again. You're doing this the whole time, keeping your head in this position, so I can't get my elbow back down, and then go on to try your strangle again. And then credit to you for, you said to me afterwards, I trusted the strangle, which you guys have heard me say a million times. So I'm glad you had that in the back of your mind. Cole getting the arm isolated up top. Yeah, I mean, further to my blowing smoke up Cole's butt, like, I feel like when he gets you here, this is just such a, it's like, man, I'm so end game right now that it's gonna be hard to fight out of that. I know anytime I've had that, like, I used to be able to get my arm out of that with Cole many moons ago, and now an isolated arm is I may as well just tap. Jordan and Caleb do. I think Caleb had a knee bar. Oh, all right, good. He hits a kipping escape. Awesome. Peters would be super proud right now. Yeah, rolls right into the knee bar. Hell yeah, that was killer. I think Mike went over that like last Thursday, I want to say. Awesome. Knee bar. God, I keep meaning to isolate that clip. Josh stepping behind for the pass. Looks like you guys are either talking smack or talking through it. I don't know which. Oh, Josh, you could have easily taken the back there. Jordan again just rolls me over. It's very annoying. I hate it. That was sneaky. Like, I feel like I never even touched the mat there. You just elevated me and completely this is like really great hip mobility. I know you, well, hip and I guess like lower back mobility, but like I know we give you shit for how insanely tight your hips are, but the scissoring motion of the legs here is really solid. Like you're completely like quickly redirecting my momentum before I can base out or anything. You got that arm on my hip and then quick switch around before I could even address it. It's really nice. Josh, I honestly do think that you're like, we see you in spots on the stream where when you get rolled, it's typically because I think your head is much lower than your hips, yet not on the mat acting as a base. Like there are plenty of examples where you'll see people using their head or their forehead as a base. I don't want you to like stack yourself up on your neck or anything, but times where like you're like, this is a great example. I think this may have been what we talked about, what Cole and I were talking about with you after class. Like, your hips get so overloaded as you commit that it's easy to get you rolled over. Really the only solution to that is like sinking your hips down. Well, one, sinking the hips down to like keep this from happening, or what Jordan just did to me. But two, if you use your head as that base, something I think wrestlers do extremely well is they'll you know, if they get elevated, they'll like hip switch and pivot and whatever, but that connection with their head to the ground allows them to like move their hips away from the arm or the leg that is elevating them, you know. That hasn't been a passing spot I've spent any time in either. Sure. I think rotational mobility for you is going to be key, and that's a big part of that stability is going to come from keeping your head on the mat in some of these positions. It's not like all the time, but I hate that I just told you that, because it's going to make it even harder to like, you know, sweep you now. But it's something I think you should start peppering in with not just your passing, but with your positional advancing, you know, when you're going from side control to mount, or, you know, side control and their back is off the mat, and you want to like work to take their back, like little spots like that. I'll keep my eye out if I can find any other spots to like throw that in or improve it, but I feel like that's what's going on there. Pat almost getting one last birthday leg lock in on Mitchell. And yeah, that's that. So great stuff, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out and watching. As always, I really appreciate it. If you guys are lurking in the chat, please follow us. See, we got a few names in here I don't recognize. If you like what you're seeing, follow us. If you're following us, you can subscribe as well. Use your Twitch Prime at no cost to you. Or, you know, subscribe at one of the tiers. We appreciate that too. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Let's see. We just started back mount, so we got another week and a half of that. Naga and Hickory this weekend. If you guys want to go watch the walkers competing, I believe they're the only students out there competing this week. I'll be teaching on Saturday, I think, unless Luke gets back in time from coaching the walkers. Thank you, Brandon. Bye, Cole. Bye, Blake. See you guys later. Thank you, Laser. Always good to have you in the chat, bud. Go keep hitting those Katagatames, my man. Prime doesn't carry over. Yes, you got to keep, if you subscribe with Prime, you got to do it every month, and we appreciate it. So it's not lost on me how annoying it is that you can't actually subscribe, and that it's only for a month. But yeah, go smash a red baron, my bro. You earned it with that head and arm. Anyway, enough rambling. Go subscribe on YouTube as well. I think that's about all the news I got for now. In the meantime, before you get back to class, go trim your nails and do your laundry, and don't be stinky, and I'll see you there. Take it easy, guys.